Here we go. Perfect. Perfect. Turn the music down. Set everybody up here. And hello and welcome back, everybody, for another episode of Tales Untangled. Right, and as we're oh wow, the moment I switched it, now everybody's coming up. The moment I switched it, but I gave 7 minutes of build up. Yeah, when I gave 7 minutes of build up for people to get here, no one was getting here. But the moment I was live, people just coming in.
Well,
Because
they got the pain.
I was in the middle. No, I was in the middle of a conversation. That's why. So my bad. Are we streaming?
Yeah, we're live right now.
Just the person I wanted to be here.
It says it's not on my online.
Yeah, we're definitely
on the website.
We definitely are on Twitch. We're live on Twitch right now. Do you not see it?
What the hell?
I think we're definitely live right now.
What the fuck?
Oh, what's going on?
Oh! I'm on a different account. That's why.
Okay. Well,
Oopsies. We'll accept that follow. There you go.
I mean, you just don't accept the follow. You just get followed. But hello, everybody.
Anyways.
Oh,
howdy.
Vixie Vex Huh? Oh, Vixie Vex VA.
That's me.
I had a
It's
feeling.
me.
But anyway,
Or is
hello,
it?
everybody. How's everybody doing?
Doing
Pretty good.
Great.
Can't complain.
Oh, yeah.
Can you pretend that airplanes in the night sky are like shooting stars?
Oh my god. Please stop.
I don't know what that is.
Wait, you don't know that song? Wait, you don't know that
That
song?
fucking.
Airplanes?
I know from that
No.
fucking meme with Mordecai and Rainbow Dash.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Like, first of all, I get it. You're Regnick, right? But that song is iconic.
Yeah, there's a lot of iconic songs people haven't heard.
B.O.B. and what is her name? Haley. What is it?
Haley Williams.
Yeah, Haley Williams. And the reading was Eminem. The feature with Eminem. And it seems like yesterday it was just a dream. That was a good song.
Never heard it.
Oh my god.
We gotta get
The
Ty
meme kind of
on
ruined it
this.
for me, to be honest.
Oh.
No, we gotta get you in on this music now.
Yeah. Anyway, that's
I've never heard it either, to be fair.
chaos.
Chaos.
Come on, man. You guys are letting me down right now. I fucking trusted you guys, and you guys are letting me down right now. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of hurt.
I prefer Old Dirty Bastard when it comes to rapping. I'm just gonna be honest. The
Anyway.
96 album with the license was banger.
What the?
What?
Why is this?
Okay.
Anyway, so welcome everybody to another episode of Loot Lore. As you know, more people will begin to come in. You know, as for those who don't know, that this is literally just a basically just chatting kind of podcast, kind of going over our previous session. So we're gonna have like a lot of guests who were there for the previous session or who were there for the sessions, coming in, and we're all just gonna be talking. So more people might come in. Their DM might come in. We decided to move these to Sunday now, just only because of the fact that well, I mean, most of you guys already know, I'm a fucking recruiter for the military, right? And so just my weekdays tough. Right? At first it was really manageable just to get off on weekdays, but now that school's back, parents, I got to sit down with a lot more parents, and they don't get off until like 5 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and then my farthest school is like an hour and a half away, and so like by the time I get done, it's like already 9 o'clock, 9:30 or 10 o'clock, and I still got to drive an hour all the way back home. So it's like, it's just tough. It's just rough. It's really rough to be able to try to be here, and I was like, I don't want to keep canceling. And when I was able to do it last week, we did it really late, and so because of that, like Thai couldn't join us because he was like, I'm tired. So we're thinking about moving these to Sunday, just because one, it's easier on me, it's easier on my schedule, and also two, I mean, how many of us, we get so excited right after what happens, and we just continue to talk about it up until Wednesday, and then Wednesday gets here, and we don't feel like we got nothing to say because all the excitement's gone. We were talking about it the whole week. You know what I mean? So it just allows us to be able to put that, hey, while it's still fresh because it was just yesterday, let's talk about what happened. So as we proceed to wait for more, because I know more is going to come, can someone DM Stray? Because Stray said that he was also going to be able to make it, and I know he's still in Epidemic. Someone message him, and
I can just go grab him, honestly.
I was ready to open this up
Right
with you guys, but so as we're to start, right? How do we all feel about yesterday's session?
It was pretty
Pretty
crazy.
good. Yeah.
I feel like there's a chance someone's character dies in group 1.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
absolutely.
Oh yeah. I was so nervous for you.
See, I don't. I'm sad we left.
Yeah,
on
things
a-
are crazy.
I'm sad we left on a cliffhanger because I wanted to go more.
Yeah, and then fucking
Yeah.
Larka's goddamn husband showing up, her betrothed showing up. So that
I
was
still don't know how that's gonna end up going down.
I still can't believe Coco rolled a nat 20.
Oh yeah.
Persuasion.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
yeah for the
That's somebody
persuasion.
to
I don't know.
convince Mark here to fucking change his mind on being angry with us and
only-
being angry at your husband. It was really funny.
If only he wasn't paralyzed for like majority of the goddamn. Like he would have. Who knows? He probably could have took him out right there before the
Well,
sovereign
because
showed
here's
up.
the thing. I don't know if any of us are gonna die like soon, but I just like
Who knows? I don't.
who knows? But like I mean like the sovereign's there now, so I mean we could
Yeah, but
probably
I mean the
get
moment. But here's the thing though:
out.
the moment the sovereign showed up, fucking Stray or Hale immediately tried to throw, Dusker under the bus. Like, hey, one person that you sent to go retrieve me to you, doesn't even want me in your hands. So what's up with that? And that's why the sovereign is, pinned Dusker under his finger, I guess.
Discord's gonna be
Well, just
fine.
to kind of
Might be
fuck
not
with
main
him.
reason, but
Yeah,
yeah.
just to kind of fuck with him.
Yeah.
Because like
yeah.
there's he said after he's like I know about you, right? I know about like who you serve or whatever the fuck. And so
Yeah.
it was kind of like he kind of did it because he told him to kneel anyway, and he didn't want to, so he kind of forced him down. It's like
It's really
Yeah, the
throwing
fuck am I
me
supposed to do
off.
against this 20-foot dude who's using the force on me?
no, that wasn't the force, that was his finger. Because he
That
said
was-
at first he was
No,
caressing.
he,
Yeah.
he didn't like. Did he act? I thought he like.
No.
No,
used,
he
like,
literally
He said
put
said
his
that.
finger
Yeah,
on
he put his
you.
finger
Yeah,
on your
the
head and was
DM
ruffling your.
said-
Yeah, he was ruffling your head. He was ruffling your hair with his finger, and then when he told you to kneel and you wouldn't, you felt the force like pushing you down, and you was just under his finger.
Yeah.
Which
It's
also.
really throwing me off that the Briar Bride is his.
Yeah, that was an interesting.
That was a twist. That was a fucking
Yeah.
twist. I
That
was not
really
expecting that to
twisty
happen.
because my villain is like my main antagonist is like the wife of the sovereign is crazy.
And then even for me, right? Because I'm starting to feel a lot less like the Black Widow now, the Avengers, especially now that because I was a bit confused because I didn't have it set where I had a relationship with the Bastarian Sovereign, but then Boss confirmed. He was like no, he's like your relationship with him is that he is like basically another father figure to you, another like authoritarian like father figure. So technically, so in my mind, in my aspect, Kaylin kind of sees him as literally like an uncle, because given the fact that he was the son of a sovereign, and granted he was a prince for a good number of years, he definitely would have seen the Styrian sovereign multiple times, right? A lot due to like fucking politics and sovereign meetings or whatever, right? And so he definitely got to know him, and then with me now becoming the heir of the biggest like criminal organization group, my dad is leading, or my adopted dad is leading that, and being involved in politics, and then he would definitely get to know him more. So he was definitely someone who's always like watching out over Kaylin and being another father figure, like making sure he's been okay, making sure he's been good. So they have that kind of relationship, but also still have that boundary of respect because he's a fucking sovereign. But it makes my character seem a little bit more like I'm not just a regular motherfucker anymore. So, you know what I mean? Still like on a normal like human basis, like powers wise, like hey, another fight where once again Kaylin has been untouched, by the way. So his confidence is continue to go through the roof. But now it's just like I don't no longer feel like I'm goddamn Black Widow. So interesting twist, interesting ad from the DM. But I'm curious to see exactly what Stray's plan is. But oh my, the tech guy left his hat. Tech guy who came from internet left his hat behind. But Stray, Chaos, what did Stray say about coming over?
Does the void count as speech?
I
He wasn't
messaged
there.
him if he wanted to come, and he said nah.
Okay, he wasn't there when I was there.
Oh, okay. When did you message him, Ty?
A couple minutes ago.
Oh, okay. Because before I left, we were in epidemic together, and he was like, "Yeah, I might." He was like, "I think I will." Either way, I'm also like helping out my dad at the same time. But so if he said no a few minutes ago, then it's not coming. But from at least what I'm getting at is that Phaelus. Your character, it was the way it's looking, man.
It's looking bad.
Hale might really have it out for you, because I can definitely feel from the aspect of it is who you are just really goes against Hale. And if also like you're also really powerful, so who knows, man? Who knows if action might be taken? Who knows if, because it's no secret that you know you're the one everyone, I won't say everyone, but a few members of the group are hostile towards. So who knows? So who knows what is to come in the future? But here's my first question to start us off. Our plan, right? Because it's no secret for those who are at home, and also for Group 1 and Group 2. It's no secret, Group 1 is taking the time to create a group chat to actually like start strategizing and coming up with a plan. Now, part of that plan, first part didn't work out, which is okay. It's okay. Neither here nor there. The second part, which was the fight, we're doing successfully. Right? Nobody was dying. Someone had, a close, Osiris. He had a close little
Oh, yeah.
kiss of death there, but he was able to get healed twice and almost right back up to full health. No one else was taking crazy damage. We had him paralyzed. We were doing crazy damage ourselves. And our last resort plan of making a deal with the Briar Bride, Deathscore just decided just to do for no apparent reason. What was the thought process?
Sorry, your mic cut out a little bit there. What was
I
that?
was saying our last resort plan, like if everything was going wrong, which was to summon upon the Briar Bride and make a deal, nothing was going wrong where we felt like we needed to. But yet Deathscore called upon her to make a deal. So why ask for Phaelus, who you're acting his character? What was the thought process?
Honestly, I think from my character's thought process,
I want to know your
I think
characters
he
and
kind of
yours.
realized that my thought process was Liza was bothering me, so I figured might as well do this. But for my character's thought process, I think he kind of realized that this fight wasn't really going anywhere, and it probably wouldn't end up great because the second he got unparalyzed, which was bound to happen, we were screwed. So he figured he might as well see if the Briar Bride might be able to help out if he made a deal. But then a frog interrupted him, and then an angel interrupted that frog. So shit happened.
All right, so then let me ask you then, from a third party perspective, then from outside, you said this straight along. What was the messages going on between that made you feel like it was bothering you? You had to feel like you had to strike this deal.
No, it wasn't really bothering me, but she said something about I was half asleep during that like strategy meeting, so I completely forgot about what the plan was. And then she reminded me about it, or he reminded me about it with the freaking voice changer. I keep forgetting.
Yeah,
I keep saying.
But that was our hey, if the first plan doesn't work,
Yeah,
which the
I
first
remembered
plan,
it.
It was the first plan did not work, and so then we're forced in this fight. Like I said, we were winning. We were doing great. And then even with the paralyzation, we had another round because mind you, his round is directly after mine. So even after I did crazy amount of damage, at this point in time, we had over 100+ damage on him. And the moment his round went again, he failed another DC to unparalyze him. So that means we had another stick of everyone getting their attacks in and me. And at this point, I can about say that I'm the heaviest hitter at this point in time right now. Because I've consistently dealt at least 30 or more damage on the 2 rounds. The first one was like 44, and I didn't even finish because I completely forgot to hit my other dagger, because I did so much damage that first time that I just completely forgot about the second dealing of damage. And then the next time where I didn't forget, I still did. Let me see if I can pull up my notes here, because I still did about like 20 to 30 damage on him. Yeah, 21. So the first one it was 44. The second time was 21. Right, so we were still doing incredible damage. So my third, I would have used steady aim, got advantage again, been able to do sneak attack, hit for another 20 or more. So in our aspects, like the fight was, I see it as completely winnable, especially like from both Kaylin's perspective and my perspective. I saw the fight as definitely winnable. Did anyone else feel otherwise, or was that just me and Stray?
I
I'm pretty sure if I didn't say it, Stray was gonna summon the Briar Bride like on her turn. So
Actually, it's funny you say that
His
because
turn.
Stray feels completely opposite. Stray feels like, because I talked to him beforehand, and then that's why I wanted
you
to bring
did?
him in here. He was like, I don't know why
like-
he was like, I don't know why he summoned him because that was our last resort plan and we had no reason to. And so Larka, so you were saying, what were your thoughts about the fight?
I feel like we still didn't know how much health he had, and
Yeah.
due to the fact that we don't know who this being is and what it and his overall capabilities, we very well could have had an instance where he became unparalyzed and used some sort of OP ability that we all probably wouldn't have been able to like avoid.
No, if he
Mhm.
used the legendary action once, we would have been screwed. I think, which is one of the reasons why I picked the Iron Hero thing, because like it gives you a chance to block legendary actions. That's why I kept asking about that,
What was his?
and I kind of wanted to just.
Sorry, did you?
His legendary action was when he grabs like everything in like I think it was like a 10-foot radius or 10 or 15-foot radius, and brings them into the. Remember,
That
he did it
void.
to us.
Yeah, that void. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
But if I think we were like almost all of us except for I think
I kept remaining 10
Envy
feet.
was in his radius. Yeah,
I kept getting back 10 feet every single time. Every single time I ended my turn to make sure to back the fuck back up 10 feet.
I think his radius was 10 feet.
Yeah, like sorry,
so...
going beyond it. So when I would start, I was 15 feet away. I would get in and then use the rest of my remaining 15 to get back another 15 again.
And that's assuming that's assuming his legendary action didn't evolve because the character evolved. Remember?
Very true.
Yeah, so it could have been like 30 feet for all we know.
Oh, Coco just left, and I was about to ask her a question. But that's also true. So who knows? And but what I oh no, I'm he's about to go over here. But I also feel like at the same time as well, I felt like because of the fact, and I think that group 2 can feel the same way about this because of the fact that Boss really did up to them as well. I also feel like because of the fact that we tried to talk our way out of it and we got forced into a fight, that there was going to be some kind of cop out. So remember, every other time he just let us continue fighting without no type of precautions because it was a fight we weren't supposed to take that we were taking. But this time he forced it on our end by having like some kind of like when he did that, some kind of other being took over and forced him to fight because it was the same thing with group 2 where they didn't take the tunnel. And by the way, I want to say I called it last week Wednesday when I said that I felt like that was a move from Boss about saying that the taking the tunnel was the correct action, and Chaos was like, nah, I think he just had that in the back of his hand waiting for it. And I'm calling it because what happened? You guys forced you guys into the tunnel.
Well, he didn't force us in there. The group did not listen to me with my plan. And because of that, they got him low by trying to murder him, and he called out to the god above. Because they did not think.
He was the only one that really could have gotten him to you. None of us have anything else that we could do it with. But I don't even know how well that would work. He might just not work on him. We would have figured it out.
But why kill him, right? If I could, right, like hypothetically, take control of the Grey Watch and command them as if I was him. That solves almost all the issue.
We don't know you would have done that. You could have just used the Grey Watch and killed us all, for all we know.
Yeah, that's a possibility.
Exactly. So I'd rather just kill the guy and risk whatever he might do.
That's why I wish E was here, because I actively helped him multiple times in that combat before that moment.
And you see, like, trying to fight him wasn't the good idea either because they forced the thought of, they forced the interacting with the dragon and pushed you out of trying to finish fighting him. See what I mean? Like when I see a boss has this particular style, like it goes against the plan that he already has. He makes it so that you will fall back into his. Well, not saying that you will fall back into his action, but it plays along with the importance of the story. If it's an important feature, like he will play it in such that like, hey, you're not doing this. You will do it this way.
Yeah, I've experienced that.
Yeah. And as I said, especially with the tunnel move, because right in the end, you guys played right into, because nothing's coincidence to boss. You guys played still right into his hand. Even if you would have tried to go a different route that was going to lead you to the tunnel, boss would have reacted somehow. And he would have made you guys go into the tunnel. Because
I don't think he would have.
No, because
If
it's
I
the
would have
reason.
been able to transform.
Because here's the thing. But one part that I had felt about for Group 2 is that the tunnel was the right move is because, and I don't know if you guys remember it, but you might have to go back into your guys' videos and look it over. Everything that you guys found from your time pursuing the town, all of that information that you guys gained pointed to the tunnel being the correct answer. It's just that a lot of times you guys are so focused on either like preventing a sabotage or sabotaging each other or reacting to what if you sabotage. You guys, the clues went over your guys' head. Every single one. You guys, they talked about how they've been working on these tunnels for ages and they have so many that are stable enough to be able to support and go exactly where you guys wanted to go. Chaos, where were you, Cade, and Vernon at or in Thai at, where he ended up, what were you guys walking through that he ended up stealing your book and turning around and leaving? That you were so focused on
An endless hole, an endless staircase that boss depicted multiple times. It was the same loop.
It was a staircase that ended up turning into tunnel.
We walked for a day and a half, and boss
you're
said multiple times in that session that it was endless repeating.
But I'm telling you, I'm telling you from boss's own confirmation that staircase, if he would have continued to go deeper, was a tunnel. One of the same tunnels.
Basically, I have even more reason to not trust their tunnels because the last time I went in one, I was in there for half a day walking in a loop.
Well, because they have so many.
Reason in character to not trust that tunnel.
Yeah, it's because they have
I'm gonna go
so
back
many.
and watch
it's like a puzzle.
because I'm curious why boss would tell us one thing like in session, and that's just not the case. Where it's like repeating the same endless thing, but it wasn't actually that.
I see it as more like you guys were interested in information because it was dark, but it was like a maze. Because there's so many.
Well, it was a spiraling staircase. Like you just kept walking down. It's not like there was choices left, right, center.
Huh? But there's so many other more. Like even and we can't blame this on Bobby because Bobby is special. But a lot of the information was gone towards Bobby. But instead of paying attention to it and then sharing with the rest, just kind of didn't know how to react to it. Just kept it to himself and. Because everyone was paying attention and laughing on Bobby for being an idiot, it just went over everybody's heads. But anyway, all of the information you guys collected over that time, like you guys end up finding that it was the correct answer to go in the tunnels. That was the right answer. But when you guys didn't,
well, the other thing is that like red flag for like Eason that probably tripped his mind is that it connected to all the ones of the Grey Watch, and the Grey Watch are the enemy. How would a tunnel that connects to all the other tunnels go unnoticed?
Well, for Eason, it was just all too convenient because he even broke out a character. He was like, "Brother, this is all too convenient." Everything is just so convenient, and how these have tunnels that give us exactly where we need to be. It sounds like a trap. But bosses.
Well, yeah, there's red flags that lead to that.
Yeah, but I was saying, so that's it. So for Eason, it was a level of conveniency. He was like, "There's no way with boss, it's just gonna be that easy to give us the answers." Boss is just sitting there, and he was just like, "I mean, it's literally all the information that you guys had already found." Because I rewatched all of your shit just to see it, and I did. It was all of the information you guys had already found, but just kind of accidentally forgot or didn't pay attention to it because of somebody, whether it was Bobby being Bobby or Thai wanting to get the book and Chaos freaking out about trying not to get his book stolen. Which was funny to watch, by the way. I really did enjoy going back through it.
Yeah.
But it was because
great.
of that you guys weren't. It was because of that you guys weren't paying attention to the evidence that he was showing you guys because, I mean, sabotagery between the group. And he had planned for that. He had intentionally planned for that. Like I said, we're all playing into boss's fucking twisted maniacal hands of our evil DM. Yeah, so that's why even now, like when I think afterwards, all I think about is I just try to think more about it in the mind of our DM because I feel like if we figure out our DM and how he does these things and his thought process, I feel like this in itself is going to become a lot easier.
I feel like that's metagamey though. If you're thinking like the DM or what the DM wants, right? That's like out of character metagamey.
No, because it's helping you. It's helping you because no, it was thinking about how boss leads. right? Because I know with Kalen, because even how Boss leads, he's even moving the story along about how he believes our character also reacts. Because he got all of our background stories, all of our personalities, all how we think, all our lifestyles, and what lifestyle we could develop from that, just like we are. Just like we don't know, he does have a feeling. And so that's how he's writing it. Now, so if I just basically think about, okay, well, how does he fucking think? Or this seems like, hey, this is a fight that I shouldn't fucking take. I know Kalen being wary, he might not try to take every single fight because he's a rogue. And so me, the gamer, is metagaming because, oh, enemy, fight enemy, beat enemy, win. That's just how I think. But now it's encouraging me like, no, like this motherfucker thinks that we probably shouldn't do this. So how would Kalen react to this in reality? And that this fighting isn't always going to work because he's just a realistic dude. Can't win every single fight. And so now that forces me to think like I'm actually in the world, that I can't just take every single fight. And that makes me to rethink and pay attention to what he's trying to tell me and try to take in the information and think about what would Kalen do. Like I said, it becomes metagaming to me if you genuinely are like, oh, well, I know that, for instance, a dragon in the air, right? Oh, well, I know about dragons. I know they're super strong and I know they have advantages of this. And so I'm intentionally not going to go this way. Because especially if your character doesn't know there's a dragon out there, but you know it's a character, you're like, I'm intentionally not going to go this way, or I'm going to intentionally try to activate spells, like, or try to set my spells up like somebody in advance, so I can get this advantage, so I can get this upper hand. Like, yeah, that's fucking metagaming. Or like, hey, I have the disadvantage in this area, and that's where it's leading up to, so I'm just going to stay away entirely. That's fucking metagaming. But
see, that is my point, right? Where, for example, I knew what happened in the market, even though my character never went there. Same with the ration depot. I knew that there was a hive. I told the group that, but I believed it was my hive, right? But I didn't have all the information. That's why when Easton brought up their eating people, my character perked up.
Yeah.
And that would make more sense for me to want to go and push for the tunnels. But my character wouldn't know that there were my kind, right? Until after, like, we went in the tunnels.
And that's
why I gave, like, the 50-50, like, cons, like, pros.
Yeah, and that's why even Phaelus, even though we come together and we still talk, even Phaelus, we all say, well, it still all depends on if our character would do it. And that's why still Phaelus still goes into exactly what his character would do. Because even though this is what we believe, we're still going to act upon what our character would believe. Isn't that what we said in our group, Phaelus?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly what we said.
We can still plan and strategize. Like, okay, well, what do we think? Like, what do we think is going on here? Or even better yet, trying to piece together the puzzle of pieces that we are given and figure out and understanding it. And then it's like, okay, cool. Well, will our characters do this? Well, how would our characters, or if they even would figure it out? Because there was some information that we had discussed together, and I was like, yeah, well, Kalen intentionally threw away that information, so it's not gonna be me who brings it up. I was like, if anyone brings it up, it ain't gonna be me. That's because I threw away that information. Because someone else is like, well, fucking my character heard this, and I was like, mine intentionally did not. And so, someone else brought it up. And then as Kalen just responded to it. You can still like come together to try to formulate exactly what the DM is probably going against, or fucking what he's trying to do, or what might be the best case scenario, and then work with, okay, well, still thinking about my character, like, I don't think that I'm going to be the one who actually fucking does this. But you're still formulating, okay, well, what is going on here? Because if we didn't do shit like that, man, we would have fucking died earlier. We would have died a lot earlier. Because we would have just kept looking at this as a fucking game and just fighting everyone, and not playing as their characters, but playing as gamers.
Mm-hmm.
Stranger, just come in the chat, man. Come in here. Because I still wanted to fucking know your fucking thoughts about from fucking Wednesday, or fucking not Wednesday, but fucking yesterday. Because you had a lot to say about the fucking plan. You know who came up with a majority of it.
I feel like he might crash out if he joins.
Like, he said yep. He said yep. Hey, this is your time, you know what I'm saying? Because I even told Phaelus, I was like, because Stray, it's like, this is planned, and you went and completely guessed it. You going straight for the options. I was curious to see how you would react. But, so here's my next thing. Oh, you say he's chilling though. You say he ain't pissed. He's chilling. But just so then, Stray, are we expecting to see some combat next Saturday? Are we expecting to see somebody maybe dying?
I hope not.
He said, "I don't know. Are we?" Oh shit.
Figure it out the next session, won't we?
Oh yeah.
So with that, Chaos and Thigh, Group 2. What do you guys think is gonna happen next? You're in these fucking tunnels.
I think we have to discuss a few things in character. Because
We
I don't
haven't
think
fucking
Gillahurt
talked.
understands what
Yeah.
he just agreed to.
Yeah, this fucking blood pack that he just.
I agreed to give you the book, so you don't take more bites out of a
You
fucking
agreed to
leg.
relinquish the book.
I
There's a
agreed to give
difference.
you the
Yeah.
book.
So
Those were
okay. So
my
then I'll say this. So then,
Hang on. Go back and listen, because I corrected and said relinquish, and you agreed to those terms. You have no claim to it, no responsibility to it, and I would not break that blood
Also,
oath
I'm
if I
pretty
was
sure
you.
I can just pull the book back.
he
if
can though.
What I
Yeah,
figured out was right.
yeah, I would
so-
not break the blood oath though. I
I mean, I'll give it back to you when I'm done with it, but if I need to cast a spell, I'm taking it back and I'm giving it back to you. That's the deal for my end.
I'm pretty sure that would violate the oath.
I don't think it's relinquishing, but I don't think it's breaking it though. If he's using it too far away and then does give it back up, because while he relinquishes it, it's someone else's property. But yeah, even Stray says, "Yeah, I don't think Chaos knew what he's doing." So speaking of that, for those who probably didn't see, can we get an explanation of what happened?
So relinquish, if I'm not mistaken, the definition is like you no longer keep, claim, or like you give up responsibility, like in all possession of it, and are almost surrendering it to someone else or abandoning it.
What I'm saying is,
Am I wrong in that definition?
for those who haven't seen it, can you get an explanation of like kind of what happened in Group 2 and what this is about for those who probably haven't seen it?
So, from my perspective, like out of character, Gellahurt wanted to like ensure like, hey, we're gonna need help with this. Please don't fuck us over. Here, take this, right? And like he was just trying to buy time to preserve himself and his friends.
Mm-hmm.
And then Vernon took advantage of this, and essentially is fucking him over.
And you guys signed you said a blood pact in the end, right?
Blood oath.
Blood oath. So then Chaos.
Oh.
What was the thought process then? What was it? Why
I mean,
agree?
he explained it perfectly since he was there. So
I mean, but why agree? To the
because I'm
blood
fucking
oath.
Gellert is terrified of the bug constantly wanting to take more bites out of him, and he can still cast magic. So it's a win-win because he's gonna fucking kill us otherwise.
Then with that, Thigh.
I kind of want to see him break the oath now. I'm not gonna lie. I want him to feel the curse. I want him to feel the curse.
I mean, Chaos doesn't need the book. That's the thing. Like he can always he did make the book his what was it boss say it was like the channel that he used magic from. He said, but you can put that to something else if you wanted to. It doesn't have to be the book.
Yeah.
So if he wanted to, if he didn't want to break the blood oath, you know what I'm saying, he could just because Chaos has the information. Boss told him directly. But but I don't know. Chaos, do you see Gellier actually fucking doing that, or do you see him just fucking summoning the book back?
Breaking the oath, yes, but I'm just gonna give the book back right after. So I guess I break the oath, but I don't really care.
I don't know, man. I'll be worried. What kind of consequences that come with it?
Well, it's either die to the bug or die to the bone dragon until we get out of here. So my main objective is to get the fuck out of here.
What was up with the bone dragon, by the way? Because I missed that portion. Who is he? What does he want? What the fuck is going on?
As far as I can tell, Vorakthel is some kind of god, and he wants to do something, I guess, but he owns the city, basically. He is commanding all of the Grey Watch. He knows the Skullendari are beneath him and wants to get rid of them. And doesn't want us to be here fucking messing with his stuff.
And he was the
But
one
otherwise-
who banished Bobby's character? Question mark?
No, that is his. I want to call like follower, disciples, like devotee, something like that. He called master, right, to summon him.
Okay.
And if I'm not mistaken, the dragon like has a name eerily similar to, I believe Chaos got this with the history check, a dark sorcerer or some shit.
I thought A2 asked if that was the same person. The boss was like, yeah, that is the same person.
So I wonder if he ascended, right?
Yeah,
Or,
he
like,
said, yeah,
found a
'cause
way.
I do remember hearing that. He said that he was a regular sorcerer dude who fucking became a dragon. I came back for that around that part, and that's why I was like super confused what was going on. But that's interesting.
Yeah, which is a little concerning now that knowing that information out of character. That hey, there's an old sorcerer here that kind of showed up out of nowhere.
So,
Even though like he's probably good.
and so
Which
then,
Adeline, I can't say his name. I don't know how to say his name right.
it was something. I think it started with a D.
Adeline,
Oh, yeah.
the guy that plays Eitsu. Like
Oh,
he's funny.
Eternally. Oh, yeah, Eternally.
Eternally.
Yeah.
He's funny.
Yeah, that man is fucking hilarious, dude. Just the way he talks and everything. Anyway, so I wish he was here. So Larka and Phaelus though for Group 1.
Mhm.
We had a huge surprise with Larka's husband showing up.
My
Yeah, husband or
husband.
fiance?
Well, now they're
I thought it was
betrothed.
your fiance.
They're betrothed, so
Yeah.
they're married.
Yeah.
He officially took her last name, transferred all her assets in his name.
Okay.
So now that he is here, and actually the sovereign's here now, what the fuck does this mean of our new Endy here?
Ooh, I have no idea how I'm gonna approach this, but we will see how it goes next week. But I do think that some like shred of Indy wants something to happen because she still kind of has this draw towards Finn, but like I don't know what it's driven towards. I don't know if she has this drive towards him because of all of the hate that she has for him, or because he has a sliver of love for him that she still can't get rid of. It's gonna be something that I'm gonna have to twist around and ask boss some things and kind of see where it goes from here. But I just think that Indy is very conflicted. We'll just say that.
Yeah, because what do we even do in this situation? Because I'm pretty sure, when Dusker wanted to attack him, Kaylin stopped him, saying that if we kill him, that in turns condemns your fate. Did it not?
Yes.
So then, how do we go about this? Like, what are the thoughts of that we go about this? How do you feel the way that we stop him? Because now, technically speaking, we know the Bride is the sovereign's husband, or the sovereign's wife. We have two people amongst the party who has a close connection with the sovereign. I'll let you guys figure out who that second one is. Do you see us fucking being able to convince her otherwise? Because I don't know.
What?
Because Boss still sent her a message. I don't know if you guys know, but Boss sent Larka a message, completely scaring her. Was this the message, or is still more to come?
I am very nervous about what it means that they are husband and wife, because like that could mean many different things for many different members of our group, and because I still have such a negative experience with the Briar Bride, and I still have this intense feeling of rage about everything that had gone down earlier on in Indy's life with her family and everything. And I still don't even know what's going on with my family at this point, because Finn threw out that or was it the Briar Bride? One of them threw out some sort of revelation that something is going on with my family. And that I believe it was at that point I was gonna ask the Briar Bride, but I'm not even sure if I ended up asking her or not. I completely forgot. Did I ever end up asking her?
I don't think so.
So I still need to ask her that.
Yeah, because then which definitely puts Kaylin up on edge against Eddie. Because you guys notice, ever since that reveal, Kaylin has been taking an actual sort of a give a fuck about someone, and actually putting himself in the way of actually taking care of somebody. But now that the one thing that Andy told to Kaylin, and it's kind of not matching up anymore, and there's still things left hidden. I don't know what Kaylin would believe at this point.
I don't think any of us know what to believe at this point.
I know
Because it
Stray's
seems
still
like everything.
I know Stray's still on the hashtag Andy isn't real. Andy isn't real movement. But just
Yeah.
I don't know. I myself am just.
Yeah.
Stray said that person is not real with an exclamation point. So what is your theory then, Stray? If you have his theory, like what is your theory about her? Because I don't know. Kaylin doesn't even know what to believe anymore, because especially with Kaylin, right? When Finn brought up the fate of his sister. Yes, your theory about what Andy is. If you feel like she's not real, then what do you think she is? Right, but with Finn,
Maybe she's not the real entity or the real Andy, and she's someone that is taking the form of the real Andy.
divine truth and justice, Trey says, by the way. But but with Finn, like when he told Kaylin, like, the fate of his sister, and how like she was still there in Repassion, like, and I rolled that insight check, and I failed that insight check, which by the way it wasn't expecting like to fucking fail that. Like I don't know, that shouldn't DC should have been high, especially because of the fact that Kaylin knows that she is missing, both from his own organization, who was keeping a kind of a quiet watch, who knew that they lost track of her and they could not keep up with her, and like I said, we're the best, and they lost her. And even the Briar Bride was saying that she's in a place that like we cannot reach it. She's in a place where where technically Hale is supposed to be. So the fact that he is saying otherwise, and Galen can't even detect if he's lying, knowing all of the truth that both an Eldritch being, and my own organization, me something else, I feel like that shit is just hard. It's hard. I don't know as both either Kaylin or me, like what to think in that scenario. By the way, Truth Serial says the truth will come out. My sword hunts for divinity. Who are you hunting? You don't even have a sword. You got a dagger right now. You have a dagger. Now, a question for the group though, as well. We hit level 5 before the stream started.
Yes.
And we all got to test our abilities at level 5. So starting with group 2 in Chaos, because he's the first on the list here. What are your thoughts now on your new level 5 self?
Well, if I had had finger guns before the session started, I would have felt a lot better.
What is up with you and the finger guns, by the way?
Nothing. Finger guns are fucking awesome.
Did you just watch like
pretty
fucking
cool.
Happy Gilmore 2 recently and just see that
Oh
Shooter
my
McGavin
gosh.
does the finger guns and you just wanted to do it?
No, I just like finger guns. I've been doing them my whole life.
That's wicked.
But mainly,
Damn, he's
nothing
saying
really
shoot or
changed.
shoot.
Yeah, Shooter, yeah.
I got some more spells, but I never really got to use any of them for the fight, so nothing changed for me really. But now that I have finger gun, stuff's gonna change.
So why did he stop you last time then?
He didn't know it was an actual, like, in one of the books he unlocked.
So he just thought like you were just fucking around with the whole finger gun thing? Oh, okay.
No, it was one of the things that was added, and that's why I wanted to add it.
Okay, and
I
what
wouldn't have
about
brought it up otherwise.
and what
now
about
it's in
the
my sheet.
hold on. Finger guns? Finer me timbers. Yes, Coco, finger guns.
Okay.
He's got finger guns.
I got finger guns now.
Alright, and so Thigh, what is your thoughts on your new level 5 self?
Yeah, I have a couple of new spells that I can be an asshole with. And I may make someone kneel with command, just assert dominance at randomly.
Oh my god, Thigh, I love you, but Jesus Christ, dude, you're such an asshole. That you just want
command kneel.
I know, I have a feeling of exactly, there's only 2 direct people in my mind that you would command someone to kneel.
They all can get commanded. I'm gonna be honest. Everyone's on the table.
Well, no, I'm saying like everyone's on the table, but in my mind right now, like as me, like I see you just be like, yeah, for the shits and for the giggles, and because like fuck it, who you would command to, and those two people in my eyes are definitely, if Bobby is here, because of your constant jabs of him calling him like weak-minded, the fact that I understand that it's probably I probably had it right then. So most likely
No,
probably
Bobby's not
Bobby.
Considered. Like I wouldn't consider Bobby
Or
for most
the
dudes.
only other like, if the first one that came to my mind for sure like would have been either like Raikou now or like Akira, because you also
100%.
yeah there it is. Yep, I said two. I fucking yep. Jesus Christ. All right, but what about you? Did you try any other new like abilities that you fucking had? Is there anything that you fucking liked about it? Because like I said, in most cases, especially when you come into like the Baldur's Gate or you hear about other campaigns, like level 5 is where you actually start to get strong. You know what I mean? Like, because from here, the closer you get to level 12, like you're kind of godly. So 5 is that like, yeah, motherfucker, you're fucking strong. Like a lot of my people can keep up with you. So did we feel this? Did we use any abilities that really felt it this way, or is it just kind of like, man, I kind of feel like I really
My power scale is gonna jump at 7
Oh damn!
for some other things.
God knows.
That's when.
Hey, with these milestone achievements, God knows when that's gonna be.
I know. I know. I'm just like, that is when I'm gonna have some real fun. Because I can DM you if you want, like what I get.
You can if you want to. I ain't gonna spoil it for the rest, but you can if you want to. All right. So then, what about my ones for group 2? Both Stray and Coco who are here, in the chat, and of course, our 2 from group 2 are here now. Do we?
Group 1.
Hmm.
You mean group 1?
Yeah, sorry, in group 1. Yeah. How we feeling with these new, level 5 selves?
Pretty good, I think. I don't really get to use much of anything but like one ability.
Oh, the motherfucker, you summoned a
But-
goddamn mount.
Yeah, it was pretty cool, but
Yeah, that was.
I'm
pretty
saying I only
solid.
got to use. I did only get to use like 2 of my abilities, I think.
You didn't get to test out kind of. Well, I don't know about you guys, but I
No,
got
I
a
think
boost
I
in my
only used
ability.
one. I think I only used the mount summoning.
Oh, I say I got the boost one of my ability scores, so my damage just does more, or at least my modifiers to be able to increase the chance that I hit, like it does more. So I'm feeling it right now, Mr. Krabs. Like I'm feeling it. What about you, Larko? 'Cause I know you got to actually bust out some actual moves.
Yeah, I got the ability Starry Form, which means I can turn into 3 different forms that give me different perks. Like one has a major boost in healing, and the other one has a ability to throw in a attack move that I don't think has the has a use of the an action. I forget if that's what it was, but it's pretty cool attack. It's luminous arrow or something like that for being in the archer. And then I have one that's a dragon, and apparently in later forms I can have it fly around and stuff. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, and then didn't you bust out a whole like fireball at one point?
Oh yeah, flaming spear.
Yeah, we finally got to use a really big explosive fire move, or somebody from one of the groups did, without repercussions. Because I know Chaos, he wanted to do a fireball, but he was like, it's not
Well,
a
I
good
was holding
idea.
back that whole time. Yeah.
Is it again?
Once I get my next thing at level 6, I'll be able to use Fireball, and you guys won't have to roll any DCs, because I can choose to leave people out of the DC to hit.
Oh, see, but there it
Once
goes
I hit
again.
level
Who knows?
6.
Who knows when with that level up's gonna be with these milestones? It'll be another goddamn 5 chapters, 5 sessions.
Maybe I'll just say screw it, and I'll just kill all my party.
Yeah, because no, this time
Fireball.
you're like, it's probably not a good idea with us being in a wooden tavern. And I was like, I feel so bad because Chaos was only waiting for that chance when he could to use Fireball, and then he got it. He could just never use it given the environment that he was in. He just never got to fully use it due to the environment he was in.
Someday. So, I mean, we're gonna be in like stone underground now, so maybe now is the time to use Fireball.
I don't know, man, because that
We'll
explosion
see.
could be strong enough that it could.
I obviously can't cast Erupting Earth underground.
Yeah.
That might not.
I
be
would
a good
also be
idea.
scared of smoke underground.
Yeah.
I'll just.
They have
use
wooden beams
Raiku's
to
wind
keep
power,
it
don't
support.
worry.
No.
Yeah. I mean, you could worry about the explosion being so strong that it can knock something and the tunnel could collapse on you.
I'm gonna use fucking Mage Hand to slap both of you.
I'm sorry, we're just thinking like realistic D&D. We're thinking we're actually being a tunnel,
Let
man.
me fucking imagine what happens when I cast Fireball, goddammit.
Sorry,
Well,
sorry.
I'm concerned that this is a makeshift tunnel since they're not professional miners, you know? Like
Yeah,
That's one reason I didn't want to take the tunnel, but if we look at the art that Boss used, it looks pretty well made.
That's what I just
It
think
looks
of.
like it was stone walls.
I just think of how
and
how
it also
powerful
looked like it was
explosion
30
would be.
feet tall. Like
That's true.
Yeah, because ChatGPT isn't the best at creating AI images. They do a pretty good job, but they're not the best at it. You know?
it helps set the scene for sure, but I'm not imagining
Yeah, 'cause
a
I
20
mean-
foot tall tunnel that's 3 feet wide
'Cause,
or
I
3
mean,
people wide that you can.
Because do
march.
you think that he used ChatGPT to make the maps? Because goddamn, the tavern you guys are fighting in, the fucking distance was ridiculous.
It's
Oh
not that
boy,
bad, man. Like
the
restaurants are
football
massive.
fields.
I mean, at least us, we've been in an open area. No tavern should be that fucking
You guys
huge.
get to fight in the magical woods that I'd love to light on fire, by the way.
But see, like
I know, I was
I call it a bar, right? It's supposed to be a big ass bar that can, hold 50 to 100 people comfortably.
Yeah, but a
It's the
football
only one in
field?
like the fort. It's the only one in the fort.
But a football field. That's nuts.
You're telling me there's not going to be at least 30 or 40 guards there a night drinking in a realistic setting?
You could do that with some of this, with the not the size of a football field. Hell, motherfucking B-dubs can do that, and it's not the fucking size of a football field.
And this is back in the day where people like, sitting at their own tables.
I mean, I don't see any reason of why. Because I think from one end to the other was like goddamn like 200 something feet. No fucking way.
It was only 100 feet or like 90 feet from like the staircase to the corner Raikou was
No,
at when
yeah,
the
no
Star Curtain-
fucking shot. There's no shot. That shit just fuck. However, so the Coco said that she's like, she's like, I didn't do too much because I wasn't sure what I was doing. But I'll learn, and I'm happy that I got to roll my nat 20 with persuasion with the plus 10 and bonus for persuasion. Which, by the way, that plus 10 was crazy. Which I'm super fucking mad that I had a plus 11 in both, stealth and sleight of hand, and she has a plus 10 in persuasion, and she was able to roll super high and even higher with her stats. And then me, I rolled like I rolled my my stealth, and it was like a shit roll with a plus 11. Like I was so fucking mad. Like, what's the point of having this such high like modifier and shit if I'm still rolling so fucking low that it doesn't even matter? Man, I was pissed. My luck is absolute shit when it comes to rolls. Like, so on that aspect, at least for me, like I definitely feel the damage. Right, I'm happy with the damage. I would have been even happier if I could stop forgetting some things. Like, for instance, my starting attack against Mark here was flawless. Got to roll advantage. We saw I was hitting 27s to hit because, I got my plus, I get a plus 8 to hit, and I was rolling advantage, and I was rolling high, and then I did a crazy damage. Every single thing that I did was a critical because of the assassinate ability. And then I finished out with, with a double sneak attack, which is like 6d6s. And then when it was time for me to fucking do my second attack, because Nick combines my main hand and my offhand, I was so content with the damage and everything I was doing the math to everything, that I just completely forgot to attack with my offhand and just ended my turn. So if I can stop forgetting shit like that, dude, I could have easily done, what was 40? I could have easily done 60.
I should have been hitting way bigger in some of those turns against the big guy if I'd remembered to cast the ability Boss gave me where I can make them roll at disadvantage against my spells. If I had been doing that the whole time, I would have hit like 24 damage on my first turn.
Yeah, it's that aspect of it that gets difficult. It's remembering the shit that we have and how to be able to use it. Because I remember it was caught in both Group 1 and Group 2. Like, damn, I forgot that I had this, or I forgot I could do this. Or not probably understanding. It's that part of it that we're also focused on, like, the story, and so focused on, like, how to be able to get us out of situations that we forget those key things. And I feel like once we figure out to get that, like, shit's going to be so much easier. But as of now, it's so fucking hard to remember.
I should start making actual sticky notes and stick them to my desk. Remember, you have this cantrip. Remember, you have this one health potion you never fucking use.
Oh, dude, that's what I'm fucking saying. I forget so many times that I have shit in my inventory that I could literally use for a fight. I could have doubled down. Like, I found out that when he was paralyzed, I found out I had fucking rope on me. and I could have used that time he was paralyzed to tie him up, and then he would have had to roll like a strength saving check, and the DC was 20. He would have had to roll a 20 or higher strength to get out of it. That could have helped us out so much.
So much.
Like, he was
And
paralyzed. There was
also may have
nothing he would have
helped-
been able to do about it.
It may have also helped, someone not, using your last resort.
Yeah, summoning the Briar Ride.
There's a
Yeah.
certain somebody here. I'm not gonna say names. Bayless.
But that's just funny. We're learning.
It's just crazy. Every single
My
time, like, this
character
is what,
does shit when he does shit. It isn't necessarily your last resort might be his first resort, or your
Yeah.
first resort might be his last resort.
So you're saying your character is a bit special.
So what you're saying
No,
is,
yeah,
if you
he's
formulate a
fucking
plan with the
crazy.
group, you can just say "fuck it" in character and undo everything you guys spend. Let's just say days.
Yeah,
working
Yeah.
on.
my character didn't know about the plan. We can plan all we want. My character didn't materialize into reality and listen in on the plan.
exactly.
He doesn't know shit.
And that's why we
But I would
all, and that's why we all
assume-
did exactly like how our characters react. So like even before, like our original plan was, to understand the reason why he was even here and figure out what the fuck he wants, and then from there have Coco be able to charm him and just be able to kind of trick him into
Yeah, and if
getting
you-
out of the situation.
you-
I wonder
If you guys do remember, my character did also communicate with Mark here telepathically before he summoned the Briar Bride.
Yeah, and then even then, like,
I
Yes, I do.
wonder what would have happened if we would have conversed with Markier before.
oh no, I tried.
If they would have mentioned me being the person that they were after, and then it would have triggered a
Well, I did.
complete turnaround.
Because I tried to, because boss immediately wanted us to throw us an initiative in the first place, and we were just like, hold on. I was like, because that's not what we wanted to do in the first place. Even when Mark here first came on, we get to have like our little jokes, but he was trying to end the campaign, or try to end our session right there. And so I wanted to be like, hey, like, can we get the chance? Like,
early.
yeah, it's like, can we get the chance to communicate with them? And so before we even started initiative, it was a chance like, hey, like, go ahead and talk with them. Tried to open up for Coco. She was having a good time. So I was like, you know what? Let me ask him some questions. And mid asking him questions and trying to figure it out, that's when he started absorbing people into himself, and he transformed into something bigger. And then someone else took over, and boss was making state like he was no longer the Marquis, and he was calling himself the sovereign of whatever the fuck, and he was just no longer controlled and forced us into a fight.
I
Was it
wanna
the
know
Sovereign of
what
the
he
Forgotten,
has
I
to
think?
do
Yeah,
with
Sovereign of Forgotten
me,
Lands. Say it again, Larker?
because I've never heard of this guy. So I don't know what he has to do with me and why Finn is involved with him.
Yeah, the
I know Finn,
Sovereign of
and
the
I
Void,
know who he is involved, what happened with Finn, but I don't know
from
how he got involved with this weird, this guy who can
Well, from what I picked up from a conversation, right? Because I don't know if anyone noticed, but he was talking about how his tentacles carry like the weight or the lives of the people of Pyrodon. That's one of the nations, and so he's clearly trying to do something which he believes he's doing it for his nation, which is become the God King or whatever the fuck he's doing it for his nation, and you and your family, albeit like not necessarily high royalty, but being like royal members with a lot of money, like he funded working with him. Hey, find my wife. Like I paid you, find my wife, and you have the full support of my family and all the money that we have. So clearly they worked out a partnership. From what, from what he was kind of giving off from the tips. At least that's how I took it. But
yeah, I definitely kind of picked up on that as well. But I want to know what family he's from and what his story is, because this dude is just here taking lives left and right.
well, because also even his start, like granted, albeit his start was also you. So apparently he came here and threw you in the bushes because he was working for Finn to get you. But also, just like how the Sovereign of Basterian was trying to get Hale, because he knew that other sovereigns would try to abuse, what she is and abuse that power, but they kidnapped her. And while he was with my nation, I'll let you live freely. Him working for Pyrodon, another nation, was trying to get after her because to try to use her for her power. So it's kind of like he was here to try to get Stray, but also you were just a plus. Like, hey, I'm doing this for me and for my nation. You know, kidnapping Hale, but also for you. I'm getting the financial support from your husband if I just bring you back alive.
But also, like, why? Here's another big question: why is he suddenly now wanting me back? And
I don't know. I don't
what
know
does
shit
he
about him.
plan on doing with me if he were to get me back?
That's what man is he coming. My surprise is the fact that he was a human.
Yeah.
I was meant to be an elf. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was.
Yep.
So interesting thing. So I want to ask you. I want to ask because you know, we got all these questions for for our group 1 and group 2. Do you guys have any questions about, well, if Boss were to be here, like questions that you would have kind of going into this next week?
I just want all of the party to actually get together and have a talk about what the fuck we're gonna be doing. Are we even gonna go get Dross back, or are we gonna leave the capital, get reinforcements? Because I don't think we should stay here. It's not our job. But mainly, I just
Finally
want
listening to the pod.
I mean, the second I realized we are not here to save Dross, we are here to get information, just like Group 1 was. We should just go back and get reinforcements. That's an option. We can't fight a fucking bone god dragon. Obviously.
You could
since
try.
We almost died to it.
I'm curious about
So-
the madness. Like, I don't know any sanity mechanics like for D&D at all.
Yeah, I think it was a homebrew thing, but I really hope
Yeah, I
the
only know.
one token I got accidentally didn't fuck me over.
Yeah, the only thing I know
I
about
avoided
madness
it
is
so
fucking
well.
Elden Ring. That was. So I wonder what that's gonna do to you guys.
Hopefully I can get rid of it.
I mean, I got 2 tokens. I think Chaos's character's the only one that got 1. And I think Eason's got 3 or 4.
Yeah,
I
don't
was
even get
so
me
close to
started
not
on.
getting 1.
Let me start on Easton fucking grabbing old girl by the boobie, fucking dropping her.
Man, he was
Wait.
the biggest dick with that turn of
So-
events.
So, Thayer Chaos, do you want to explain to those who probably haven't seen exactly what the fuck happened?
If he wants to, I'll let him.
Well, maybe they should just go back and watch it, huh?
Well, I mean, some people-
Yeah.
Go back and watch the live stream. You should have been there.
I
To
mean,
be
yeah.
fair, I need to go through and watch.
Yeah, I'm like 4
it.
behind. So
Yeah, I just
tell me
don't, I
what
don't watch
happened.
you guys' sessions because I want to stay blind.
Well,
Same
that's
character.
but that's a thing though. So one thing that I said, I think it was last week. One thing I was
Oh,
looking
don't
forward
tell
to.
me. Damn.
Oh, Trace be right back. One thing that I said I was looking forward to, or that I wanted, was key figures from our groups showing up in others. I later learned that has already happened.
Yeah.
So
I know,
group
as
1,
soon as-
Yeah.
the butterfly that turned into wax.
Yeah.
That is definitely someone who's a very key figure in what's going on in group 2.
They're the one that sent the group on an expedition.
Yeah, it's the one that gave thought.
Also,
Vernon
some
actual wax body.
People I'm associated with showed up in the first episode for group 2.
Yeah.
Nice.
Copy Val's available.
Yeah.
I don't even want to talk to that.
So the
guy,
whole
man.
thing that the thing that I wanted to do the
I'd like
most.
to murder him.
It's the whole thing about what I wanted to do the most, and it's already been happening. I was blind to see it. So it goes to show, like, hey, even each other's groups, we need to be keeping involved here, keeping it in check, and be paying attention to what's going on. But I thought that was a pretty interesting little detail there. I thought that was super cool, especially because isn't the guy who hired you, doesn't he work for the Sovereign of Mysteria?
Yes. Also, is
so-
the Sovereign that showed up for you guys the one
This-
from Mysteria?
Yes. And so that's why he was
Yeah.
able to see everything that was going on, because he had the guy who sent you guys watching us through his little bugs, his little wax creatures, and he was able to see everything. That's a piece that together, like literally, I want to say like 2 minutes ago. But that's why he was able to pay attention the whole entire time, because he had one of his own people watching us the whole way. Funny enough. But yeah, so that goes to show, like, hey, we need to be keeping up with each other's what's going on, because
Yeah, I'm
our lives are.
definitely gonna do it and start writing notes on group 2's session just to kind of keep track.
I
think
could
that
give
would
you
be
my
good.
notes if you want, because I've taken some loose ones.
Oh, dude,
Okay.
I need to go back and go through my
Mine are
investment.
very, very vague to anyone that does not know what's going on.
Yeah, mines are shit, dude. Mines are so fucking shit. I'm
I
trying
don't
to go
think mine
back.
are much better, but
I'm trying to
So
go back and
okay, this is just a snippet from what I wrote down about Raiku's character. Snow bunnies, question mark, question mark, question mark. Then right after that, apparently has issues and cannot grab a hold of said snow bunny.
that's a pun for those
Just-
who didn't see the last episode.
No
That's
idea what that
it's
means.
definitely a joke. It's definitely a joke for those who didn't see the last episode.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's
Just like
out of context.
Oh, it's pretty accurate. It's even out of context, it's still pretty accurate. Just in a different way. It's in a different way. Yeah, for my notes, I literally was like marking like boss mark here. This is the first time we fought him. 11 doesn't hit, 14 doesn't hit, 22 does hit, 22 damage, still living decent. Board, using the board damage and how much their AC is. Noteless word, I don't know, but crucial to succession. The book picked from Markier is important to succession trials. It was an invitation. Don't know what that means. Don't even know what it means. I wrote it down. And then currently was notes about Markier's AC predictions now and how much damage we did. And then something about Chimera augment in my inventory. Andy being chased by Faye. Fire by damage and AC. Yeah, it was useless notes. The rest of it was the Adderall. The Adderall was the only thing that was keeping me locked in and paying attention, and the reason why I can remember everything. Without that Adderall, I'll be fucking confused.
I don't write down notes because I know that if I did, it would just be one word. Because my mind is set on this, and if it's set on anything else, then I won't pick up on anything else. So I have to like be clocked in, or else.
Yeah, because I know now.
Because I tried it and it ended up just not even happening the entire session. So I was like, I might as well just give up on this because I'm not even writing down notes, even though I want to write down notes.
So then, Chaos, as a note taker, right? What are the key things that you're writing down and you're trying to keep track on in your notes?
mostly just story stuff and names. What order stuff has happened in generally, like how we started. Just I would not remember the guy who sent us name if I hadn't written it down. It's Velson Baylor.
Yeah.
I also wrote down as a side note that he's wrinkly, but
And apparently wax. His wax powers or something.
oh yeah, I should have written down he has wax power.
Yeah. That'd have been crucial for me to remember that. So when I saw it, I was like,
Let
oh
me
my god.
change
good
that
point.
real quick.
He's got some kind of wax powers in that I know that blade works for him directly. That's about all I know. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna be trying to take a lot more notes in my future. So with that,
Need to as well.
'cause yeah, I definitely feel like it will definitely help us in the long run, and also once again formulate more like plans, strategies, and really help. Because what I was also gonna start doing, I was actually gonna start using my off time and make like a journal for Caitlin, like writing it in Caitlin's perspective. Kind of like of
That's
what's
an interesting idea.
yeah, kind of like what's going on. One, it's gonna help me feed my D&D craze. I don't know about you guys. Whenever I'm not playing D&D, I just feel like I want to keep playing. I keep thinking about joining like random fucking servers or one shots and just join in, but I'm like, I don't want to.
I feel like that I am writing a book because I feel like I am still in the D&D world when I'm writing it. So
And that's why I'm writing this journal in Caitlin's perspective for that alone. Just because it can help me get more into his mindset and also help me feed my D&D craze.
Mhm.
But so before we get started, getting close to wrapping, I want to be able to ask everyone, what is, I want to say for everyone, one thing. Yeah, big author girl says straight. Yeah, big author girl. Yeah, not even just Larka though, but also Faithless as well. Both writing books.
Well, he's not a big author girl though.
But he's not a big author girl, but big
That's the
author boy.
difference.
Big author boy, but writing books. But the question I want to have for everyone, including even straight too, right? One thing that we liked about the last session, one thing that we didn't like about the last section, and one thing that we hope to improve upon, and actually start implementing in the next one. So we'll start once again with Chaos.
The one thing I did like is that combat felt like it was actually going really well. It felt like it was going faster. We weren't spending too long on each turn, but we were still doing a lot. Combat went pretty nice. and it felt like we got a good amount of story on top of it too. So we didn't spend the whole session doing combat, thank God. But one thing I didn't like is I didn't have the finger gun spell, and that made me very upsetty, spaghetti.
Oh goodness.
One thing I would like to improve upon or change, I guess, be nothing really. I just want to make sure we have time to talk, like every other session, I guess.
That's one thing to improve upon, and one thing you wanted to add in or start implementing more to make it better, or to make it seem more like fluid, or make it seem, you know, like it'll be perfect. Also, shout out to Coco, because also Coco's writing a book as well. So damn, we got Phaelus writing a book, Lark writing a book, and Coco writing a book. Phaelus, what about you?
For next session?
Yeah, one thing. So no, just one thing you liked about the session, one thing you didn't like, and one thing you would hope to make a change, to improve upon, you know, to get better.
That's a really good question, actually. Like I said, I think one of the things that in general I get kind of annoyed by is like long combat sessions that just drag on. So that might also been part of the reason why I was just like, let's get this story going and just focus on the Briar Bride, because we were like, we were doing combat for like an hour and a half. And I was just getting, and it was only 2 turns, I think.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people because we're always fighting so many fucking people.
Yeah,
It would be a lot shorter if we didn't have we had 23 people.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just the start of 2, and then yeah,
we were on the second. We're on this turn. And
yeah, I had went. Yeah, I had went. Somebody else had went, and then everything else happened because I disappeared for a minute. But
other than that, I think it was great. I'm very interested to see how things go next week.
So one thing you hope to improve upon.
Oh, one thing I hope to improve upon.
Oh, like we can implement, do better, or one change that you would hope, you know, when to start to adding in.
I feel like that's something I'd have to think about a lot longer to properly answer.
All right, we can move on to like as you think about that.
I can't think of anything right now.
All right, so then, Barca, what about you?
Wait, so what was the first question?
It was one thing you liked about the last session, one thing you didn't like about the last session, and one thing you'd hope that we do like either like better on, or like improve upon, or change or add in for the next one.
Okay, I really liked that I got my like awful, like, I guess I could call him estranged like husband.
Yeah.
Came in and was wanting me back for some reason, and like that would be really cool to figure out. But that, and also I really liked that we could kind of start to use some of our new abilities. I felt like that was pretty cool, just to kind of, for that short amount of time, because I do agree, a lot of combat kind of, I was like sitting here, hands on the table, like just hitting, like, come on, let's get some more story. I feel like I was excited for more story to come in, and so I was kind of hurrying the battle along too, but I did like it, and pretty cool to be able to use some of my new abilities that I got from being level 5. And let's see.
In the meantime, as well, as like a more, Stray, can you also put in your thoughts as well of one thing you liked about the last session, one thing you didn't like, and one thing you would hope that we add in, change, or like implement more or do better on, while, you know, so therefore you won't have to wait, and I can just read it the moment we see it. And then was there anything else, Larka?
I think I know that I really liked a lot of that stuff, and the way that the story's building is really, yes, I do agree with Coco.
Yeah, Coco, please also write yours as well, please.
100%. I wish it was longer, because I really wanted to see more that happened, but like still leave on a cliffhanger, but not too much because I feel like that
Yeah,
one was too much.
The cliffhangers just make me angry a little bit.
Yeah,
Because it's
just
like,
like
oh, are you kidding me? I gotta wait a week to find out what happens next.
yeah, because I'm sitting here. I'm like, what's gonna happen? Because these two big forces have combined and they are all in alliance with each other, and meanwhile I'm just like, this woman wants to kill me. And I'm trying to be kidnapped by my husband again, and like so much is going on, so it's like I really want to see what's gonna happen next.
Okay. And then Thigh?
The thing I liked is that we didn't fuck around, right? For the most part, there was some joking here and there, but we took it quite seriously. And something I did not like, I fucked up. I fucked up when talking to the dragon. I
Oh.
forgot something, and I definitely fucked us a little bit down the road.
Want to explain? Want to explain on that?
Did say
No,
I was
I-
gonna kill you.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I'm severed from the hive mind, and I claim to speak for the hive.
Oh.
Yeah, I was thinking that too, but I'm like, I'll trust him. I'll trust him. Maybe he's cooking.
And there's a slight chance I can talk my way out of it, but it is a slight one.
Yeah.
And for going forward, when Bobby returns, man, my people, like, he says one wrong thing, we're all dead. Like, there is no chance of getting out of it.
Oh,
Yeah, actually, really quickly as well before I go into mine, what do you guys think about the fact that even with Bobby gone, despite all odds, the die in fate saved him, and he is still alive with you guys?
The other one. If it wasn't for all of us, he'd still be dead.
I
We
was
all
so
worked
tempted just to
together.
run up and start murdering him. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I was really
that's-
hoping we might just like, maybe we should just kill him, but Blitzer's there, so it wasn't.
I
gonna
can't
happen.
do that, right? Just because he's not here or he wasn't there. That's the only reason I didn't do it. It's like,
It would be
man,
unfair to just kill him.
it'd be
also.
very shitty
Yeah.
thing for us to do. Like, you're
Uh,
not here and your character's like, bye bye.
I remember
Like-
E saying he's like, I don't want to kill him when he's gone. He's like I want to kill him when he comes back. He's like, I want to hear his reaction, his face, his voice. I was like, damn.
Now that I signed a blood oath with the bug, it might actually be. If I'm gonna kill anyone here, it might actually be leaning more towards Thok.
Yeah, but I can definitely say for sure, like that portion of it, like that should have my heart racing, especially when boss was like, I'm thinking of a number in my head. As the more turns get closer and closer to that number, like things are gonna get worse. Like make it to the tunnel. I was just starting to get worried. Like my heart was actually racing, trying to figure out, what was gonna happen and if you guys were all gonna make it and be fine. I love that part. You know what I'm saying? I took a lot of joy into watching this. And so Stray's putting up his so what Stray says, he said things I enjoyed. The new characters introduced and the turn the story took thing we could adjust. I beg we move D&D to 2 different nights. I'm glad you said that, Stray, because I was literally about to say something about that, like right after we got done with everything. I beg we move D&D to 2 different nights because if we did, things could go slightly longer, even just another hour necessary, because those sessions where you just stand there because combat takes forever can suck. Can suck when the sessions ends after just 2 hours. The things I didn't like, we gotta start letting the DM be the DM and not trying to talk over him or saying how things should be. It slows everything down insanely. When we were constantly talking out of character and also becomes confusing to follow as a watcher or as even a participator. When we constantly go in and out of character, and when you want to do something, just do it. Don't ask for permission or just ask if something else will happen after. Just do it. That is D&D.
Okay, I might have to be a little bit more lenient on my. I mean, I might have to like just do it because I feel
Yeah.
like I
did that same thing too. Yeah, I did
And
this.
I feel like that is fun. The fun aspect of it, you do it, and it's the consequences of your actions. If something bad happens, it's gonna happen. If something good happens, it's gonna happen as well. It's just
Yeah, I would say
the
because
consequences of your actions.
thinking about it like that, man. Like, and then I definitely did like mitigating the shit out of that thing when I was talking about, my first instant reaction when Andy got blown back was wanting to jump back there and help her. But then, when boss was like, "Oh, I'll take away your movement, though," and I was thinking, "Damn, I really need that movement for combat." I was metagaming. And so if it just gave him an actual reaction just to fucking do it and not fucking question about what happened afterwards, like it would have everything else would have happened. So Stray 100%, like I fucking did that shit myself, and you're 100% right about that. 100%.
Yeah. About
Um,
that, honestly, like I think it would have made more sense for your character to do it.
Yeah.
Like even if it would have cost him the turn due to your connection with her.
Yeah, and that's the way I see it too. And so with Coco, because Coco did say something as well. So Coco said, she played. I wish it was playing. She said, I wish it was longer, like playing longer. She said she really liked the role play aspects where we got to learn everyone's story. And she said, yeah, I want to happen. She don't want to know what's happening next so badly. When it comes to things she didn't like, she said, I don't really know what I didn't like, but I know I need to work on letting people speak and not cutting them off. I'm just excited to play that I let it get ahead of me. I feel the same way. I do the same thing. You know, at times I do the exact same thing, and sometimes I have to just let myself know, like, hey, just shut the fuck up and just let them go at it. You know what I'm saying? Just let them act.
I feel like the acting, I'm hoping like it continues to go along as it is, because I feel like we're really getting into it.
Yeah, and it also says, yeah, maybe we just need to make a rule that we stay in character, and if we have questions, we just ask the DM. Like we just DM it to the DM. Yeah, I mean, yeah. But then also I feel like oh, so I'm gonna say mine then. What I really liked how, compared to all the other times, this time did a better job of mixing in combat with story and not feeling like, one, the whole entire shit was just fucking combat, or the whole entire shit was just story with no movement. This was the first time where it was like, granted, the fighting still took a while because we were dealing with a shit ton of enemies every single time, and that line takes a long fucking time to get through, right? But this time it felt a little bit better, right? Because we had a good moment of talking in the beginning, right? Because I can definitely say it wasn't like a straight hour of fucking, or hour and a half of combat, because it was smooth. It was smooth. I would say 15 minutes of it. I would say 15 minutes of it was the starting soon, and also the recap and getting into a little bit of Coco jokes of sexual harassment. Because Hacks made the comment like, 15 minutes in, we're in my first sexual joke, and then from there.
Started at the combat at around 10:15, and I think it was like 10:25 or something, or 11:25 or something like that. Because I remember looking at the clock, and it was almost 11:30. I was like, "Dang, we're still in combat."
Yeah, because then from there, because after like 15 minutes of that, because I'm basing off the time zone, so for 15 minutes from there, I broke us. We got into initiative. I broke us out of initiative. We had that whole little conversation, the cutscenes, the trying to switch maps, and all this other shit. And then we broke into combat. So by this point, like I want to say like 45 minutes had passed up to that point when we started the combat. And then from there, we had the whole, I want to say it was probably another like 40, because we stopped at like 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
That's what we stopped at, because the whole thing was 4 hours, and it wasn't 4.5. It was like 4 hours and 20 something minutes, 4 hours and 20 minutes. I think the whole stream was. So when you put because I get to see the timer. So when I put it like that, like I get to see, it wasn't exactly, but a lot of it was either unnecessary talking, or like the starting soon, that recap taking a lot of time, and then the cutscene taking a lot of time, and then, hey, we're still trying to figure out the map, or hey, I got a question, if I do this, does this happen, or hey, does this? That took up a lot of time. Which goes into what I feel like we need to do better on a little bit later. So what I didn't like is that how many people we continue like to fight, because of, like Stray said, or like you guys said, we barely even made it through 2 whole rounds. It was the start of the second round. I did my turn. Then I walked out, so I don't know who went after that. But if Stray didn't even get to go, Hax didn't even get to go. Like who even made it through before like everything else happened?
Through me, I think.
Yeah, so barely. So we didn't even make it through a full 2.5 rounds. 1.5 rounds. We didn't even make it to a full 2 yet. We made it through 1 rotation and was going halfway or even like a quarter into the second rotation, and everything else happened. So definitely because of the fact that, one, us breaking in and like trying to develop, what are we going to do? Or hey, if I do this, what is going to be the outcome? Or hey, I feel like we really need to just lock in on knowing what the fuck we can do beforehand. Right, I get it, like which is, I didn't mind during the time, because, we're all new. A lot of us have never played D&D before, right? None of us, like, the only information that I know about D&D and about rogues is because of Baldur's Gate. That's it. Like, because I got the little 5e mod, so literally everything about my build of a rogue is literally straight from fucking D&D. Oh, sorry, from Baldur's Gate. And that's why I even know about the abilities and kind of what they can do. But I don't 100% know, because there's aspects of Baldur's Gate that they remove and do it for you that D&D doesn't tell you. So that's why I ask Boss, but I do it during stream. When it could have been done beforehand, it could have been done on my own research. It could have been done through ChatGPT. Like, it could have been done anywhere. And so I really feel like we're 8 sessions in. We've been doing this shit for like, what, 2 months now? If the fact that we still don't know like our own characters' abilities and what they fully do, when we have like a whole entire week to all get in touch with each other, I mean, we could learn so much about what we actually need to do. Because think about it, like when we got the level ups, right? How many of us, I mean, a lot of us came together and started talking about it and talking about the level ups, and how many of you guys went to me about asking, you know, what the abilities do and what you can do? Because a lot of you guys did. A lot of you guys were like, hey, like, what does this do? What does that do? And we were just sitting there together, like talking about what the best one we feel like is, or what that ability could mean, or what this one does, or what this one does. We did it then, like, I want to say the day before the session. What stopped us from doing it any amount of weeks before for any of our abilities, so we can just know what to do and know exactly like what ability we can think about using, and not having to waste even more time asking about what happens if we do this and what could be the outcome, or hey, I don't really understand this move, can I use it this way? And wasting our time.
And we did just get the books in, so I mean, I guess I can understand that aspect, but like, I think it is a good idea to meet up and discuss the abilities that we might not have used yet.
Yeah, because I mean, even without the books, you still get the free versions of it, and that gives you all the information, the skills that, granted, albeit you can have, but it still tells you like, hey, these are your skills. They're not all of them, but they still tell you exactly what the skills do.
Yeah, that's really, I feel like it is really important. And it also, I'm sure, helps Boss out quite a bit to already have and know what the ability does, and to move forward with it, rather than him having to look it up and during the session and stuff like that.
And it's just a lot of filler time that just cuts into our overall time. And so with the things that I, want to improve upon, well, it's really just that, right? Taking the time together where if we generally have questions about it, like, let's take the time of at least just one day, just break down, hey, what the fuck is my class? What does it do? What are the abilities that I can do? What do these abilities mean? How do you activate them? Like, all this, that, and the third. Because I know that me, like, I'm always in epidemic. I'm actually reinstalled Baldur's Gate now, just so I can be able to learn even more about my abilities and shit, and what's things that I can do. Like, I'm playing with fucking Coco probably either today or sometime this week. Right? I know Stray was even talking about, he was like, hey, like, I want to reach out to Coco and help her, learn a little bit more about what she can do, and we go over the spells together, and we can show her, so therefore she's even picking up and not trying to do like the same spells over and over again, and Boss be like, oh, it doesn't work like that, and she's confused. Like, even Stray was like, yeah, I want to be able to help her. All right, so I want to take a day, at least a day, where we can all do that beforehand, so we can cut out the filler time. The next is with that, actually being able to stay in character throughout the whole entire time.
Yes, I think that would be super fun if we just because we add that extra time for us all to meet up together. I think that would greatly improve like the amount of time that we dedicate becoming our characters rather than asking questions as ourselves.
Yeah.
So I think that will definitely help with that. So it'll definitely lead to more time with us doing the acting and the combat, and less time.
Because I definitely wouldn't mind if we break character for a minute, because some of us is a joke, and we all like laugh at it a little bit, or we say like, my God, why you doing that? And like, hey, trust the process. But when we always do it, that effect, it's taking up a lot of fucking time. That's when I'm like, okay, because even I don't say anything during, right? Because fuck it. But I'd make the notice like, hey, that shit takes up a lot of fucking time, and that's a lot of time that could be used for, well, getting our story right. Because like Stray said, like, it's to the point where I've had other people who's watching as a viewer who's just like, yeah, like, it's hard to keep up with you guys. It's hard to follow what's going on because the lack of seriousness, because you guys are always taking out a character, because you're always bringing out yourselves out of character to talk about whatever, that it just kind of feels hard to be able to watch it. Like hell, someone literally a third party who's literally only watching as a viewer told me and Stray that shit before, I want to say even 15 minutes before, I want to say not 15 minutes, but like I want to say 30 minutes before we even started the stream. I'm like, damn, that's just one viewer who's a close friend. Imagine how other viewers feel if he's feeling that way. All right, so they can really cut us about it. So one thing, so tying into what I was saying about with Stray, the biggest thing, because I even too, like I see it, and I'm like, yeah, dude, I think it would just be best if we can find 2 separate days, of course, that works with the DM, that we can stream 1 day for group 1 and 1 day for group 2. Because remember, I said that, hey, like, I want to try this way. I want to try this way. If it doesn't work out, you know what I mean? Like, we'll try the other way. And we tried it the first time. It was really bad. We tried it the second time. We readjusted the plan. We tried another. And then we made our final readjustment. We're like, hey, let's do this one more time. Because it was collection of me and boss. We made our final readjustment. And it's still having the same exact problem where things are working out, but we just don't have enough time. It feels like this, that, and the third. So it just feels like if both sides just get, like, no shit, the 4 hours that we're using for the stream, both sides can get 4 hours apiece. And so, but what comes up with next was the biggest problem was, making sure that someone can fucking be there on that day. And there was no problem that was going to happen for them not to be there, that it works out with everybody, that can go with the stream. Because me, I cannot do weekdays. I simply fucking can't. There's no way. Both is my job as a recruiter, and the fact that, just literally just that. I do not have the luxury of being able to stay up at night on a weekday when I have to go to a school in the morning.
Honestly, we could do Saturday and Sunday, and then Tales Untangled on Wednesday, but just do Sundays earlier in the day.
But then it's Boston. That's Boston and Easton. Easton's in Thailand.
Yeah.
Sunday for you
Sundays
guys.
Either.
Exactly. Sunday. And this was the reason why I came up with this, because I took every single one of your guys' availabilities and had to come up with the best day. And that's why we came up with, hey, let's just do both on Tuesday. But Easton said he can do Sundays now, but Chaos can't now. And that's where we are right now. Until we can figure out exactly when, because we're dealing with people who are all across, can't even say the US, across the world now, right? Because we got some people in Alaska, a whole different time zone. We got some people in the PST. We got some people in the CT. We got some people on the Eastern Standard Time, and we got one person in fucking Thailand. That is all different times that we just have to make what's best and what makes do for literally everyone, and then for boss, because he's gonna have to spend 4 hours on talking, 4 hours on planning everything and doing everything else and every other prep and in his whole entire life, and he's gonna do it again another day. So once we take all that into account, and then we figure out the best course of action, there is, well, it depends. It depends on the time. So it's got to depend on the time for everybody. So we'll talk about it on the side, right? But it depends on the time, because I mean, if he's saying he can't do like Sundays in the early, then he can't do Sundays early.
I can do Sunday like after. I just can't do nights at Sunday. I can't stay up until like fucking 1 a.m. again on a Sunday.
I meant like Sundays do it earlier in the day.
I could manage that.
But early in the day, Sunday is a Monday afternoon for Ethan, and he's got marine shit.
Yeah.
PT stuff like that.
But
I mean, he's gonna get out by the end of this.
Maybe not super early, but like something like instead of.
But I mean, but the end of this
like
month.
7.
But I mean, at the end of this month, he'll be back in the U.S. just for a little bit, but then he'll be back in the States, being back in a different country, doing the same thing he is now. But once you can figure all that out, like there literally is a program, because I know the next thing is about like, hey, who's gonna be available to actually stream it? Like, how can it actually work? Like, how can we get everything? Because a lot of the shit that we have, like for instance, like the icons that I have. I don't remember, that was one of the things I had to pay for. But I pay a subscription for it to be able to do what I do with it now. But I had to activate it through my shit, through my account. And I had to pay a subscription for it. A lot of other things that they have, that we have for the stream, that I have to pay a subscription for just to be able to log in. And because it's tied to my Discord, it's different from Loot Lore. If it's Loot Lore, I can give it to anyone who has Loot Lore and give them the email and password. But for this, since it's tied to my Discord, I have this shit tied directly to my email, my shit, my information, my passwords, my everything. Sorry, no one I trust like that. Nobody, unless it's Haley. But until we can figure that out and figure out who can take it over, I'm 100% down for splitting these streams into 2 different days. It's gotta work for, well, everyone.
Mhm.
And most importantly, it's got to work for the DM.
Yes.
Is if it was just me, as long as it's not my group, hey, motherfucker, boss and whoever who's streaming it can work that shit out. But it's got to be up to boss. And if you can do it, I'm super down. Like I have my thumbs up on trying this on 2 different days and seeing how it works out. So we'll see with that. But with that being said, thank you all for everyone who came into the Tales Untangled today, whether it was in the comments, whether it was in the or just here in the call, right? We appreciate it so much dearly. So like I said, this is a new change that we want to do on Sundays, but who knows what's going to happen. If we split, if whatever, just know when it does happen, you guys will be the first to know, whether it's going to be on Twitch, whether it's going to be on other platforms, or whether it's going to just be anywhere, like on the schedule itself on Twitch. And I meant Twitter. Yeah, I meant Twitter. But whether they're going to put us on Twitter or whatever, right? You guys are going to hear the information for us before, shit happens. So if you haven't already, make sure you follow us on social medias, right? Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, everything, right? Because that's where
You
you're
have an
going to be.
Instagram?
Yeah, we do. Yes, we do. Loot
I
Productions.
don't think we posted anything.
Yeah, we haven't posted anything yet. I think I posted a clip, one of the
Okay.
Raikou and Cade's clips, like early on.
Okay.
But make sure you follow us on it, because therefore you get the information. And like I said, we're doing on bigger deals. One thing I wanted to tell you guys, I wanted to wait, but I just want to tell you, I'm working on changing like the logo or the wallpaper or the cover art of the Sovereign's game, because right now on YouTube it's just a fucking black picture with just the Sovereign's game and a fancy little font. But I was actually creating like a kind of like a poster type. Gotta create it, but it's gotta figure out a way to be able to do it to make it look great. But it's my language, but mama nigga, it's gonna look, the idea that I have, it's gonna look fantastic, and I think you guys would love it. So just be prepared for all the new things that are coming our way. And with that being said, right, anyone want to give their final says, where we can find everybody? Chaos,
Nowhere. I'm going to hell.
Bayless,
Nowhere. I'm going to heaven.
Arca,
Hi. I will see you guys whenever I see you. Are we starting that new thing with the 2 days this coming week?
No. We're
Oh.
The next time we meet up is most definitely gonna be next week Saturday again. And then if something happens, the group will know as well.
Awesome. Okay, so I'll see everybody on Saturday, and
Yep.
I am excited to see what happens next.
Same.
Yeah.
Have a good day, y'all. Bye.
Bye.
See ya. That's all.